Greetings from our studios. You're welcome to the 6:30 Prime News. My name is Genda Belgian Blanche King. We're live from Douala, the economic capital of Cameroon. We begin the news from the southwest region, where news reaching our studio says students and staff of St. Joseph's College Sasse in the southwest region of Cameroon were in total confusion earlier today following a fire incident which broke out at the school premises. The incident is blamed on electrical fault, and according to school authorities, material damages have been recorded but no deaths. Away from the southwest region, we now go over to the northwest region of the country. On this sad note, the divisional delegate for communication from Momo Division, northwest region, Beki Jemeyabo, has been killed by armed men believed to be separatists. She and 5 other persons died in an explosion as they accompanied the SDO from Momo for the installation ceremonies of divisional officers Fongi and Njikwa. And our father of a 7-year-old boy has escaped jungle justice from neighbors who expressed bitterness over punishment served to his son. Neighbors confirm a video circulating on social media with the man punishing his son severely, blaming it to his frequent night movements. Details with Eileen Sama in the following report.
This footage video of a man in his 30s captured torturing his 7-year-old son, Joachim, heard screaming and gasping, has received the words of criticism by many who have described the act as barbaric, cruel and inhumane on the social media and beyond. The said video was taken by a neighbor in the Mboko Centre Opes neighborhood in Douala, who recounted that what could be seen in the video is a tip of the iceberg compared to what they have witnessed several times in the past. He explained that Gabriel Com is fond of maltreating his 7-year-old son, making him starve and sometimes chaining the kid for hours.
La vidéo qui circule aujourd'hui, c'est une vidéo qui n'a rien à voir, c'est une vidéo qui est très minable, je vais dire comme ça, parce que ce que nous voyons souvent, la chaîne l'enfant, il met l'enfant dans un tonneau, il le fait souffrir dans sa chair, il le prive de nourriture à l'enfant. C'est l'instinct de suivi qui fait en sorte que l'enfant parfois escalade pour demander à manger aux voisins.
The perpetrator, Gabriel Com, said the act is as a result of his son's frequent nocturnal movements. The neighbor, who chose to stay anonymous, said also that Gabriel treats the child like an animal, adding that the competent authorities should intervene and save the kid.
Il attache l'enfant avec une corde, l'attache les mains, l'attache les pieds comme un animal. Si les autorités compétentes peuvent écouter ce que nous sommes en train de dire et venir à l'aide, au secours de ces gamins, ça nous ferait vraiment plaisir.
Concerning Joachim's education, the director of the school he attends, Elvis Fongwen, says his performance has dropped drastically.
Il y a une baisse, il y a une baisse au niveau de ses performances. Il faut même dire que la dernière évaluation qui permettait aux enfants d'aller en congé, il a été évalué. Il a eu une évaluation décalée, c'est-à-dire qu'il n'a pas été évalué le même jour que les autres.
It is worth mentioning that Joachim is the fruit of a broken family who now lives with his divorced dad, while his mother is married to another man. Reports say the boy has run away from home 5 times, and verbal reports channeled to the Littoral Regional Social Services pending appropriate sanctions on Gabriel Com and care for Joachim, while domestic violence against kids remain a huge concern in Cameroon.
Students in Kumba have effectively resumed classes to complete the second term of the 2020-2021 academic year. According to some institutions, the turnout was impressive. Details with Tamfu Sidwan Dimbia.
The second term Of the academic year 2020-2021 has started in Kumba, chief town of Meme Division, southwest region of Cameroon. On Tuesday, January 5, 2021, schools opened their doors. Students and pupils voraciously took their seats in classrooms to study. In some schools, the turnout was timid, but the principal of government secondary school, Ekemba Fiango Kumba 2 subdivision, says he is optimistic that the turnout will be better within the week, considering that the population is still returning from Christmas and New Year festivities.
Today we have just about 234 students in school. We are suspecting about 300 and something. So for now, the enrollment for the first day is not bad, at least taking into consideration that the children have just come back from the festive period.
The Meme administration, led by the second assistant SDO for Meme, was also on the field to ascertain the turnout.
Effective school has begun, even though schools began yesterday in other areas of the country, but school began effectively today because of the crisis we all have, and the turnout has really been marvelous.
My Major Prime also gathered that some schools have been transformed into centers hosting more than one school due to security challenges in the northwest and southwest regions. This has also created the problem of limited classrooms in some complexes, but other schools recorded a poor turnout with classrooms hosting only a student or two. As for the teachers, the turnout was impressive as most of them were present in their stations ready to transform the lives of students and pupils. My Major Prime was much interested on how schools react to barrier measures against COVID-19. Some schools did not respect the measures as students sat in classrooms without face masks, while other schools sampled empty buckets in front of their classes. The shaking of hands was common amongst teachers in most of the institutions. In other schools, the COVID-19 barrier measures were highly respected.
As far as this issue is concerned, we've done everything to respect the COVID-19 measures. We have disinfected the classrooms. We're trying to respect the number of students per class.
Concerning security, surveillance cameras have been planted in most of the secondary schools in Kumba to track all activities in and around the campuses. As the Meme administration and the divisional delegate of secondary education move around the schools, Agim Abono insisted on the strict respect of COVID-19 barrier measures, discipline and hard work.
The proposed budget of Edinal Council for the 2021 financial year stands at over 800 million. This was revealed recently during the second ordinary session dedicated to the adoption of the draft budget. Details with Kumono Rainbow.
Councillors of Edinal Council have successfully held their second ordinary session dedicated to the examination and adoption of the draft budget for 2021 financial year. Addressing councillors, staff and management of Edinal Council, the Mayor of Edinal Council, Tonde Lifanje Gabriel, called on councillors to exploit all avenues that can generate revenue to develop the municipality. The draft budget, which is balanced in revenue and expenditure, stands at 805,528,770 francs CFA, lower than that of the 2020 financial year, which stood at 836,700,000 francs CFA, with a decrease of 30,171,228 francs CFA as a result of poor revenue collection associated to the crisis in the English-speaking regions worsened by the outbreak of the coronavirus pandemic.
We have a project, government project, that we are sure that they will send to us, and from this government project, I think we have about 180-something million already. We know that that one is already at our corner because the logbook has come out. But within the fiscal year, some other project might arise, may be sent to us, either through panels or the government itself. So, coming up to that amount, we have done studies and seen that it will be easier for us if we work together like a team. But if we don't work like a team, then it will be difficult for us to arrive at that amount.
The senior divisional officer for FACO was represented by the divisional officer for Edinal West Coast Subdivision, Guy Ngong Stephen, who called on the councillors and management of Edinal Council to work as a team in order to achieve the set goals. Some of the projects earmarked for 2021 includes the purchase of a new 20 tons dump truck to improve on waste management and hygiene and sanitation, the follow-up of the construction of a grandstand, the construction of a banquet hall, construction of low-cost houses to be sponsored by FECOM, the rehabilitation and equipment of Sanjay Health Center, the second phase of the solar street lights in the entire municipality, improvement of water supply scheme in the municipality, concreting of the second phase of the road opposite oil mill to Pibonde village, just to mention but these few.
In church news, 2021 has been declared a year of recoveries by Prophet of Champions International House of Prayers in Bamenda. The man of God established this prophecy following the difficulties encountered in 2020, trusting God for miracles. Charles Keba reports.
2021 has been declared a year of recoveries by Prophet Walters N.N., overseer of Champions International House of Prayers, Bamenda, Cameroon, as believers and faithfuls prayed for a fruitful year 2021. With the ongoing socio-political crisis rocking the two Anglophone regions and the country, the man of God, Prophet Walters N.N., said,
"We have been in deep crisis, and he has heard and answered our prayers, and he has revealed that this year, because his children have been standing the gap for the whole nation and for his people all over the land, that we will recover."
His ministry, the prophet went further, is out to recover lost souls and win them over to God's kingdom. The most recent talk about miracle in Bamenda is an overdue pregnancy. A lady named with health that underwent emergency prayers at the Champions International House of Prayer, and the lady, after encounter with the prophet, her overdue pregnancy burst into birth. She was rushed to the Bamenda Regional Hospital.
You have seen pregnant women delivering. We have seen cases where the doctors practically wanted to operate women or wanted to challenge the authority of God and say that these women are not due for pregnancy, but we will stand our grounds because the manipulation of Satan, who would like to maybe manipulate the doctor for the children to die in women's womb. The will of God, the word of God will come to pass where the women will deliver without operation and they will be sound with their baby.
Thanking God for the safe delivery, the man of God challenged the manipulation of Satan through some medic just to prove their point medical, ignoring the supernatural. Said the creator of heaven and earth operates through the church and through his divine servants does miracles.
So I believe that with God all things are possible, and only God can help the doctors, help the servants of God, help whosoever does what to succeed in what he is doing.
Inhabitants of Abakwa have testified to the goodness of God. This is the third case after the first in 2015. The prophet Walters N.N. worked hard in prayers without placing a condition or sowing seeds to perform God's miracle of safe delivery.
Gladys Bomotongina has news in Africa in the French language.
Les résultats provisoires des élections présidentielles en République centrafricaine déclarés par l'autorité des élections de ce pays et désignant le président sortant Faustin Archange Taodera vainqueur de ce premier tour avec 53,92% de voix, a amené 10 candidats à cette même élection à exiger l'annulation du scrutin. Comme élément de défense à leur demande, ces opposants présentent le fait qu'un électeur sur deux n'a pas pu participer au vote dû à l'offensive rebelle observée, au démarrage tardif des opérations électorales et bien d'autres motifs. Pour eux, les élections du 27 décembre dernier n'étaient qu'une mascarade. Suite à l'attaque de l'armée française dimanche dernier dans le centre du Mali visant à frapper des djihadistes, certaines sources parlent d'une vingtaine de civils qui y auraient trouvé la mort. Une accusation fortement rejetée par la France qui déclare que cette frappe était minutieusement organisée et qu'il s'agissait bel et bien d'un groupe armé de terroristes et non de civils en célébration de mariage. Il précise d'ailleurs que le lieu où l'attaque a été opérée est l'un des principaux foyers de violence depuis 2012 et prolongé vers le sud depuis 2015. Au Zimbabwe, un reconfinement total du pays pour 30 jours a été annoncé par le gouvernement dû à la flambée de cas de coronavirus. Seuls les commerces essentiels peuvent désormais rester ouverts. Les cérémonies de mariage et cultes religieux restent interdits. En ce qui concerne les funérailles, la limite est de 30 personnes. Au Rwanda, de nouvelles restrictions ont été adoptées en vue de faire face à une possible deuxième vague de coronavirus. Depuis hier, les déplacements entre les différents districts ont été interdits. Les entreprises doivent fermer à partir de 18h et un couvre-feu de 20h à 4h du matin sera observé pour un supplément de 2 semaines.
Let's join the topic content for sports news in the French language.
C'est une victoire, 1-0, c'est le score inscrit hier mardi par Coton Sport de Garoua dans son fief contre leur adversaire Green Eagles lors du match retour. Tout débute hier à 15h30 quand l'arbitre central Yannick Malala de la RDC Congo donne le coup d'envoi du match. À la 4e minute plus tard, le but de Coton Sport intervient sur un centre de Soubayou Marou avec une reprise de Lambert Arema qui envoie le ballon au fond des filets du gardien zambien Kenneth Awanga. La première partie de la rencontre va ainsi se solder avec 1-0 en faveur du Coton Sport jusqu'au dernier sifflet de la deuxième partie. Cette victoire hier des cotonniers vient s'ajouter à leur victoire de 2-0 lors de l'aller au stade Koloma de Lusaka en Zambie le 23 décembre 2020. Les poulains de l'entraîneur Suleiman Aboubakar sont désormais qualifiés en Coupe de la CAF. Par ailleurs, les 16 qualifiés pour ce stade seront rejoints par les perdants du premier tour de la Ligue africaine des champions. Coton Sport de Garoua est la seule équipe restante qui représentera le Cameroun en compétition africaine. Les vraies choses vont commencer. La prochaine rencontre sera connue après le tirage au sort des barrages prévus le 17 janvier prochain.
That was the package of today. Thanks for being a part of Prime News. Join us tomorrow at 6:30 Cameroon time for another edition of Prime News on My Media Prime. Ewane Eli Nolinga produced and news coordinated by Lasha Kingsley. My name is Genda Pelton Blanche King. We're urging or encouraging you to stay tuned to My Media Prime at 7 p.m. Cameroon time. Prime Hour will be live with Kim Leonard. Enjoy today's edition of the show. Happy viewing and good night.